Hey guys, this is Eve with Scrapbooking with me, and today we're going to make a card, and it's going to be a pretty simple card, but we're going to use a couple of our new products. This is from Avery, Elle, and that's the stamp set. And then it has a matching die, so we're going to use that as well. And I've just got a standard, I think this is an A7 size card base that I cut, and I cut it at 10 by 7, and I just scored it at 5. We're going to have a top folding card. So let's see what we can do. Now, I want to cut off a little swirl right down here at the bottom, thinking that I might just use that side right there. And let's see, pencil. And I'm going to very lightly draw this out. You can use a little handheld trimmer on this, but I'm just going to use my scissors. I'm just cutting on the inside of that pencil mark just so that I won't have to erase anything. And then what I want is, I want a white piece behind this. And I'm thinking I might even want a black piece in between there. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about yet or not, but let's see if we can figure it out. So all I'm going to do is lay that black piece down, because I'm going to use the white piece to cover that whole side. So I'm just going to use a small portion of this black, and I'm just going to trim it out just like I did the red. Okay, that's going to stick right there, and then we're going to do the white piece. I know this looks confusing right now, but just hang in there. We will get there in just a minute. Okay, so that's what we have on the bottom, and now I'm just going to glue these down and then trim that off. So now we've got a cute card base. Now we're just going to put our stamp down where we want it, and I'm just going to put it at the edge because I'm going to cut it out of this anyway. So I'm just going to put it to where I can save some of this paper. This is our Tim Holtz stamp platform. And we're going to use some Memento ink because we are going to be coloring these. I think I'll go over it one more time. I've got a few lines that I didn't get inked up well enough. There we go, that's good. We're going to be using the rich reds and the pinks in the Nuvo alcohol markers to color this poinsettia. And then I don't have the greens. I still owe everybody the greens because they have not come in yet. I've been promised that they're supposed to be in the next week. So I'm just going to mix in my Copics with it. They're all alcohol markers, and you can always mix your alcohol markers. Now you can start two different ways. You can put down your darks first and then go over it with your lights, or you can put down your light and go over it with the dark. It doesn't matter. Everybody colors a little bit different. I like to put down my dark first and then go over it with my light, but it just depends on what you like. Everybody colors different. And I'm not a professional by any means. There are lots of great tutorials out there. So this one is 453 out of the reds. This one is 379, also out of the reds. And you can see here where I kind of swatch all my colors out as I go. Because if you notice, see how this looks on here? But when you swatch it out, to me, it's got a little bit more of an orangey color to it. But it just depends on what paper probably you put it on. So just swatch them out. Alright, I think that's all the shading I'm going to do on that. And I'm going to go ahead and go on to the leaves. I did practice on a couple of leaves just to see if I might have the right colors. And it worked okay. So I will probably speed this up, color it, and then we'll get on to making the card. Alright, I used a combination of colors, and I'm going to let you see what colors I used. Like I said, I used the reds and the pinks in our Nouveau alcohol markers. And then for the greens, these are the colors that I used in my Copics. And then I just used an E37 and an E33 for the acorns. You should use those, and those are in my Copics as well. And let's see if I need to do any correcting on here. I see a little bit that I got outside the line right there. So we're going to try to push that back in. And this is just my Copic blending tool. Like I said, you can mix and match all of these up. You don't have to use the same ones. Now I'm just going to use my yellow Wink of Stella, and I'm going to go into these centers. There we go. I think that is all of the coloring on that we're going to do. And now remember, when this dries, everything's going to blend much better. It's still wet right now, but when it dries, there's going to be lots more blending going on there. So now we're going to use our die, and we're just going to set this die on there, go over to our big shot and cut this out, and we will be right back. I just used a couple of pieces of our sticky note tape to make sure that that stayed in line, and I use this over and over until it gets to the point I can't use it, and I just stick it back on the outside of that. I will link that below. So there is our beautiful cutout. Isn't that cute? I love it. I like the white on the outside because then it matches up on that white that's in between the flowers. Alright, let's put this card together. Now we're going to take out of that same stamp set the Merry Christmas. We're going to stamp that on a piece of paper. We're going to stamp that on just a piece of our scrap paper, and I'm just going to use my VersaFine ink. And for the inside, we're going to put "and best wishes for the new year." So we're just going to cut this out, probably make a little banner out of it. Alright, so we got that cut out, and we're just going to cut a little fishtail banner. I'm just going to whack that off right there. Just cut up in the center, and then just cut over from the point to that center to meet. And there's your little fishtail banner. We have all of our pieces now, so we're going to grab our foam tape. First off, I'm just going to stick these two pieces together. This piece is cut at 2 1/4 by 7, and then this one's cut at 2 1/2 by 7. And you just make yours as thick as you want it, as wide as you want it. I just wanted a little bit of the same colors that are coming out down here. And I'm just going to center that up. There we go. Trim it off just a tiny bit right here. And that's going to go right across there. But I'm going to put this up on foam tape. Okay. And I'm going to put it close to the top, since we already have these colors down here. I'm going to put it about 1/4 inch from the top. Just run it across. That looks about straight. And then this piece we're also going to pop up. So I'm going to pop it up. And I am popping it up on 2 layers of the foam tape. So we're going to lay that right there. Then we have used our Tim Holtz die, and I will link that below as well. And we've cut out these little, and to me they look like these little leaves and things that are on here. we're just going to tuck those in behind there. So we'll put one like that, one that way, and then this one I'm just going to cut apart, and I'm just going to tuck some in here and there. So we'll put a little right to there. I'm going to cut these big leaves off at the bottom, and we'll tuck that one up under there. So like that right there. So let's get our art glitter glue, glue that down. And that one's already stuck up under there a little bit, so we will just put a little bit on some of the petals. And I don't mind if some of them stick up a little bit. I think that'll just add to it. So we're actually going to lift some of them up. Just here and there. I think that adds to the look. So there we go on that, and then this part we're going to put right here, and I'm also going to put this up on foam tape. So we'll stick that down right there, and then on this piece we're just going to run it across the inside like that. And there's a reason why I didn't stamp it in the center, and you'll see in just a moment. And but you know I have to put a couple of pieces of bling. So what we're going to do is put some of this bling, this green bling inside, and that will just kind of bring that green that's on the outside in here. So that's going to be the inside. Here's our outside. We're going to put a couple of pieces of bling on here, I do think. Maybe one right there and one right there. And now all we're going to do is we're going to use our Nuvo glitter drops, and this is in Ruby Slippers, and we're going to go around on these green little circles, and we're going to make some little red balls out of those. And just remember that this has a self-leveling agent in it, so even if it's not, you don't make an exactly level circle, when you finish and it dries, it will level out. So if you've got little points on there, don't worry about it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I will leave the links to these dies, every die, and all the things that I use below the video, as well as tomorrow it will probably be up on my blog. We will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.